Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Dwani and you're watching the short story series by Storyscape Studio. So today's episode is a continuation in the Ganesh Chaturthi special series, and I'm going to be telling you why Lord Ganesh is also known as Vignaharta or the remover of all obstacles. So without wasting any time, let's move on into the video. If you guys haven't seen my previous video, I'm going to be putting the link in the description box below. I explain over there why Lord Ganesh is also known as the god of knowledge and how he obtained the fruit of knowledge from Lord Shiva and goddess Parvati. So please do watch that video before you move on to this one. Legend has it that once all the gods and goddesses in Swarglok decided that they wanted to go for Lord Vishnu and goddess Lakshmi's wedding procession. They left Lord Ganesha in charge of Swarglok to protect Swarglok from enemies while they all left. Lord Ganesha was actually tricked by the Devs and the Devis in order to protect Swarglok, since they were embarrassed of his physical appearance and of his massive diet. Once Lord Ganesha came to know of this trick, he was extremely angered and insulted. He thought that the Devas need to be put in their place, and hence he devised a plan. He asked his vehicle Mushak or Gajasur to go and to dug up the path between Lord Vishnu's abode and goddess Lakshmi's abode. So, while the procession moved from Lord Vishnu's abode towards goddess Lakshmi's abode, the entire path being dug up, all the chariots would stop. Gajasur got to work immediately and he dug up the entire earth or the pathway between the two abodes. The procession began from Lord Vishnu's abode, and as expected, they were stuck in the dug up earth. All the Devas tried their entire might to push the chariot ahead so that they could move on with the wedding procession. But to no avail. The chariot wouldn't move even an inch. That is when a simple farmer was passing by and he saw what's going on. He came and he asked the Devas if he could help them out, since it's a wedding procession. The Devas laughed at his face. They said if the mightiest gods couldn't do it, what could a simple farmer do? The farmer nonetheless requested to help in any way possible and to at least try to move the chariot. The Devas agreed. Immediately the farmer closed his eyes, prayed for a minute and tried to lift the chariot wheel to push it ahead. In a second, the chariot moved immediately. It came out of the dug up earth and it started moving as before, smoothly as before. The Devas were shocked. They asked the farmer how did he do this miracle, because the gods and the goddesses themselves couldn't do it. The farmer replied that he had no idea how he did it. All he did was pray to Lord Ganesha, and he went with the task of helping the wedding procession and helping all the Devas and Devis. The deities immediately realized their mistake and they went to Lord Ganesha to beg for his forgiveness. In their egoistic folly, they forgot that Lord Ganesha is one of the most prominent deities in the world, and to insult him is equal to crime. Lord Ganesha forgave them, but this incident was termed as a lesson for all the deities to never mess with Lord Ganesh again or trick him in any way. And this entire episode is exactly why Lord Ganesh is known as the remover of obstacles or the Vignaharta. And that is why exactly when we are stuck in any problem or when we want to move on in life or start with something new or auspicious, we always take Lord Ganesha's name. He's after all the Vignaharta or the remover of all obstacles in our life. Again guys, time for a little fun fact. So did you guys know why we say Ganpati Bappa Moria? During any Ganesh Chaturthi puja or aarti, we always end with this particular chant. But did you guys know why we say that? It's actually quite interesting because there was a man called Moria Gosavi living in Chinchwad, Maharashtra in the 14th century, and he was one of the greatest devotees of Lord Ganesha. In fact, he was such a big devotee that people started chanting his name after Lord Ganesha's name to cheer the spiritual bond, the strong spiritual bond between a devotee and a god. Hence, we say Ganpati Bappa Moria, which is a proof of that very pure and unadulterated relation between a devotee and a god. So it's also interesting why Lord Ganesh is also known as the elephant god, why he has the face of an elephant. So if you guys know, generally elephants in the jungle are also known as path makers. So whichever way they follow or whichever way they go in the thick woods, they automatically create a path for all the other animals to follow. Similarly, we worship Lord Ganesh before we start anything auspicious, or before any new beginning, or before any other god, is because he paves the way or removes all the obstacles in the path for us to follow and move forward in life. Quite interesting, don't you think? So did you guys also know that the greatest or the biggest epic in the world, which is Mahabharata, was actually written by Lord Ganesh? Yes, the author of the epic is actually Ved Vyas, but it was written by none other than Lord Ganesh himself. In fact, while writing, he lost the beautiful peacock quill with which he was writing, because he was writing with such speed and vigor. The quill broke, but Lord Ganesh did not stop writing. He instead snapped his own tusk and he started writing with that. And hence he is also known as Ekadanta as well. So that's it for this time, guys. I hope you guys like my story. Please do like, comment and share the story with your friends and family. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Click on the bell icon to not miss any of my updates. Also follow me on Instagram under the name of storyscape_studio. I'll be back again very soon with another interesting story. So stay tuned. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.